ever come across one of those dope AI videos online and find yourself wondering,
how the did they do that?
Well, you're not alone. What's going on, YouTube? Ali Dope checking in once again with another dope YouTube video. And today, I got something special for you. But first, let me take you on a journey. I was scrolling the top. I came across this dope video of KD as the Grim Reaper. It was an AI video, and it got me thinking, can I create something like this? So I put myself to the challenge. See, I'm thinking I could do it. It's gonna be easy, right? I thought so too. Initially, I was just gonna use Kyber because it's quick, it's easy, it's fast, but trust me, those results was not what I expected at all. Now, Kyber is good for certain things, so is Runway. But for what I was trying to do, it just wasn't working. So I searched around the deep, dark web, trying to figure out how do these people do this, because they're not using the same programs I'm using. I gotta figure out what they're using to be able to create the same thing. And then I was looking and looking. That's when I stumbled upon a program called Warpfusion. And after a $35 investment, and trust me, hours and hours of troubleshooting this program, I was left with some results that were absolutely mind-blowing, worth it. The client was ecstatic. So let's get into it. Let's figure out how I did it. Let's hop in this computer. Let's go. So in order to download Warpfusion, you have to find this guy's Patreon, SXELA. He created the program based on Stable Diffusion. So after that, you're gonna start and open your program in Collab. Then you wanna just connect online. Like I said, if you already buy your compute units, that helps with the rendering times and just the speed of everything. As you can see, I'm always coming up on errors. That was through the whole process. You got to have a plan in order to run your renders. I just bought some compute units. I just bought the $10 a month just to do run, but you can, it goes all the way up to $50 per month. Pick the one that works best for you. All you're gonna do is you're gonna run all. It's gonna ask you to connect to your Google Drive. In your Google Drive, that's where you're gonna drop all your models, all your LoRa's, all your embeds, everything. Then you're gonna just go click those three dots, click copy path, copy the video file MP4 from your drive. You're gonna copy that path to the video init path. I got better results with shorter videos. I think if you try to render out a minute a time, your computer might be rendering for 12 hours. No cap. I would just try to keep it shorter to the parts that you know you need it for. So I try to keep all my videos under 30 seconds. Okay, so right now what you're seeing is the model drive. So once again, you're going to click those three dots, copy the path, put the path to the models. Now, I want to explain a little bit what models are and what LoRa's are, just because it's a big part of the type of results that you get, as I played around with a few and got a few different type of results. For this model, I use the most popular one, which is Dream Shaper 8. You're gonna Civet AI. They got a bunch of models, a bunch of LoRa's that you can use. There's a bunch of different websites. I pretty much stuck to this one because this is what the tutorials showed me that works the best. And they're really the only website that give you like a visual representation of what you might get. So first, we're gonna start off with the models. The models are a checkpoint. For this particular checkpoint for Warpfusion, all you gotta use is an SD 1.5. So when you think about it, the model is the canvas, and it's the layer, and then if you choose the LoRa is gonna be the paintbrush. So you know how in painting they have acrylics, watercolors, oil, spray paint, car paint, house paint. So it's a bunch of different paints, a bunch of different colors that you can use from the LoRa, but the checkpoint will give you what you actually want it to look like. So I chose like a realistic looking one that you type in the trigger words, realistic, 4K, photorealistic, HD, octane render. And then this is just another type of checkpoint called Indigo Fury. It gives you more of like an animal type of cartoony feel. I also used the Iffy mix for the Anthony Edwards one. For the Trey one, I used that realistic Dream Shaper 8 type of model to give it like the realistic look, so it can still keep the basketball court, keep the basketball, those type of things. But then I painted it with a LoRa the One Piece Wano Sega style lore. You can't really change the checkpoint. The checkpoint is the canvas itself, but you can use multiple lores. You could use multiple embeds. So I could use a One Piece with a dragon, or a One Piece with lightning. I could use a One Piece with gold. There's like shield, there's ice. As you can see here, they got some Spider-Man lores that you could use. After you get to all of that, you're just gonna run everything, and like I said, you're always gonna come up with errors and stuff like that that you need to fix. The most common error is, for me, so I can just help you guys in case you come across this problem, is compute units. Most of the times I ran into errors because I was out of memory. So if you don't have no more RAM, it can't run any of the processes. So that was a major mistake I ran into a lot. So the one that we're using for this is version 16. I've also used version 15 as well. So the preview I'm showing you now is under the do the run. You're gonna go ahead and press that stop button. As soon as you see the first frame and it's not looking like what you want it to look like, press stop, and then that's when you're gonna go ahead and make all the changes through the GUI. You'll get a preview of what your thing will look like, and that's when all the changes will start to be made. Now, if you haven't already entered your prompt and you just ended up loading up some settings for somebody else, this is where you stop it and go ahead and start loading your prompts. I have mad prompts. I have been prompting, studying stuff from Midjourney. You need a positive prompt and a negative prompt. The negative prompt is to remove stuff, so like disfigured bodies, missing fingers, missing limbs, anything that you don't want in there. Go ahead and paste in your prompt right here on the prompt, and then at that point you're really ready to go. There's a bunch of different settings under the control net, and then play around with it too. Trial and error. Finally, we start to get some results that we can kind of work with. So these are kind of the first frames from the One Piece one with Trey. I liked how it was coming out, so I just left it be. It's gonna render all 715 frames, so it has to render each single frame from the video. This video particularly was 33 seconds long. It was a slower video, so it had less motion blur. But remember, the computer has to render and create an imagery based on the input of the video that you provided. So it is going to take some time. This particular video I think took 4.5 hours to render 33 seconds. And then it doesn't even come out as 33 seconds. It still only comes up as like 20 seconds or so, because the way that it renders, it's not like, it doesn't do it based on the frames per second. It just does it based on the frames that were provided. I don't know, it's weird. So then when you go in, you got to kind of stretch it out. But we're going to get to that. Okay, we're going to take that main video for Trey Young that we just entered in to get AI'd. And then we're going to take our AI render and we're going to lay them both on top of each other. After that, you're going to just stretch using the stretch tool to stretch out the AI to make sure it's the same length as the Trey Young original video. For me, all I did is I went and rotoscoped Trey Young out. So taking that over to After Effects. So now as you can see, I have the cutout Trey, the AI Trey, and the original Trey, making a good Trey AI sandwich. So now we got to add a few effects just so it can, you know, give it some life, some pizzazz. You don't want to just kind of throw it on there. That's kind of whack. So let's give it some life, right? So I went ahead and added some ecto. I staggered the imagery too, so then it starts off with the original imagery, brings in some of the AI imagery, and then brings on the cutout Trey on top of it. So that's pretty much all I did. I went ahead and staggered them up, laid them down on one layer, and went ahead and added a bunch of luma fades to transition between each clip. The finale on it, just to give it an extra pizzazz, I changed the color of the ecto to warm, a warmer tone, just because I feel like he's on fire, so he should be warm instead of cold. I did cold at first because of the ice tray. I actually added some light rays in there, so then on the AI image you'll have that, and then the cutout image, the light rays will come and build up and cut out the cartoon or the AI imagery, and it'll show the realistic imagery. I went ahead and added a black and white underneath the layer for the original imagery, and I left Trey, the cutout one, in color, just again for some more juxtaposition. So I just wanted to show you guys some of the stuff that I've been working on and how I created it. So I hope I explained that pretty good. Like I said, you guys gotta watch some tutorials, watch them videos. I try to do the best I can to explain it as always, but it's easier done than said, you know what I'm saying? So you got to get out there, get your hands dirty, trial and error, give it a shot. Like I said, drop that in the Discord if you guys come up with some fire. Shout out to MDMZ for the video tutorial on how to install it. I can't walk you through how to install it. I barely remember myself. So I'm gonna link that down in the description just so you guys can check it out if you want to make the $35 investment and try the program for yourself. It is gonna be worth it. This is a skill set that if you pick up, you will be able to monetize quickly because a lot of people can't do this thing. But it is a popular thing and AI is only gonna continue to grow. If you guys end up creating something fire, drop it in the Discord, leave your comments down below, like this video, and subscribe so you can find more sports related content. But yeah, I ain't gonna hold you guys up. I really do hope you guys enjoyed that video. I enjoyed making it. I enjoy that I'm back to the basics. I'm just having fun again, making cool stuff when I feel like it, and then showing you guys what I end up making. So until next time, always keep creating, keep hustling, and y'all already know, most importantly, keep learning. Ali Dope, I'm checking out. Yes, sir.